So yeah, it's like all the information, want to come out all at once, and like it's hard for me when I try to explain stuff to people. I mean, especially my feeling. Like that's why I don't tell people how I feel. Like I never express how I feel. Or, like tell people how my feeling is. I mean, I don't consider myself having any friends because I don't tell people how I feel. I believe that the more people know you, the more they're gonna judge you. So that's how I was raised. So long story short, so the guy I was like, he's like, did you did you see what I did? I was like, something like that. I was like, yeah, I'll give you a fist pump, yeah, thanks, thanks for making me feel good about myself today. He's like, no, I want you to look at my fist. I want you to look at my ring. And I was like, oh, my bad. I was like, okay, what's so special about you? Then when I look at the ring, that was when I was like so excited, like, what? You're a Freemason? He's like, yep, 30, 33-degree Freemason, Master Mason. I'm like, what the? This is crazy. I always want to meet a Freemason. In my whole life, I always want to like dabble into like those kind of knowledge, but it's like nobody around me was into this kind of stuff. They live like a normal life, go to school, get a good job, and then work their ass off to pay the bills and put food on the table and support the family. But then they lose their self, they lose their soul. They don't have a purpose in life. It's like they're like living as a puppet because they look at life like this is how I'm supposed to be living my life in order to be successful. I got to do this. I mean, that's what they're telling you. If you want to be successful in life, you got to do this, you got to do that, da da da, and be like the norm, right? They call it the norm. Well, I ain't normal. I'm unique. I am uniquely me. That's why in my whole life, when I was like 5, 6 years old, I was like, this place is boring. And then when I became a teenager, like, I'm not doing what you guys are doing. Hell no, I ain't gonna fucking wake up, hate myself, hate my life, you know, because I have to do that. Be normal. My whole for 40 years of my life, I never had money. I was always broke. I hardly get to keep a job because, it's like I just feel like I am not supposed to be doing that. And I felt like I was being guided far away from most of the people that was around me because they want to make sure I stay pure and stay true to myself. And I'm happy that that happened because now I'm just looking at life like, see, man, imagine if you did what everybody was doing. You would have had a kid, you would have a family, I would have a lot of other great things, but I won't be able to do what I'm doing right now, focus on my spiritual journey, trying to figure out what it is that we are here to do. I mean, I'm here to serve. I know that now. I'm here to help. I don't know how many times I came back here. I felt like I've been here a couple times already. I'm so, I am so into Jupiter. I don't know why. I mean, I remember when about 10 years ago, I always tell people that I ain't from here. I'm from Jupiter. That I am God. Like whatever I would ask people this is before I believe in God. I would ask people like, so what is your definition of God? And then when they explain, I'm like, okay, that's me then. I'm God. And when people tell me like they read the Bible, no, you're not God because the God in the Bible, that ain't you. Like, what the God in the Bible, if you read the Bible will tell you that the only thing in the Bible that kills millions of people is God. You never hear the Bible talk about Satan killing anybody? Come on now. Get out with your fucking, out your ass with that. People that talk about God this, God that, and they talk about Bible. Well, like I said, the Bible is the only book that tells God kills. So why would you want to follow a bully? I mean, I know God don't kill. People kill, not God. First of all, the God that you guys are talking about, most of you guys are talking about, is man-made God. My God doesn't have an image, doesn't have a personality, doesn't have a sex. My God is just love. My God is just emotion. It's just a feeling of love, of bliss, acceptance, unique, authenticity. That's my God. So when I say I'm God, what is it that God can do that I can't do except for creating what you would call the earth? If you believe that we're living in a matrix, in a simulation, I can create an earth inside of my thoughts, in my conscious, and I can just live in that dream. It's called a dream. Life is like a dream that comes true. But that's enough for now. I don't want to get people upset. If you like, please subscribe. But I don't really care if people subscribe or click like or not, because I'm making this video not for you guys, for me. But if anybody can relate, if it resonates with you somehow, you know, I would love to connect. I mean, for 40 years, I never connect with people. I never have social media, none of that. Well, I'm out here, baby. You find me. You found me? You found me. You know, people pop in your life in and out for a reason. Don't get that twisted. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in your life. If you don't like it, change it. You can do whatever you want. It's called your U inverse, like what Robert Grant would say. It's a universe, but you're living in a U inverse. You're living from your own lens, from your own perspective. You're going through shit. You're going through shit in your life that nobody else went through. Similar, you know, obstacles, similar situation, but nobody is going through what you're going through. Nobody knows exactly how you feel. Nobody can tell you, oh, I know how you feel, because they don't. They know how they feel. They don't know how you feel. So don't let anybody ruin your vibration. It's called your feeling for a reason. But people don't understand that feeling is contagious. You know, it's a vibrational energy source. Even cancer is contagious. The mainstream science ain't gonna tell you that. There's a lot of things, mainstream medicals and science and all that ain't gonna tell you. Gotta understand the whole world's being controlled. You gotta learn how to control yourself first. You can't control the world, you can't control your own feeling, your own thoughts. There goes your seventh law of the universe. But, okay guys, it's nice talking to you guys. And young.